what's beautiful about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's asking of us is that He asks us to put in effort without asking us and requiring us to have the perfect result. We just have to do the effort. Try to seek guidance, try to do better, try to make the necessary changes in our lives to seek our Creator. And that's it. And we leave the end result to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And what's beautiful is this hadith, or the saying of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he says, if you see the day of judgment happening, and it's about to happen right now, but you have a seed in your hand, go ahead and plant it. What does that tell you? That tells you that exactly, we weren't given the end result. That wasn't necessary. It wasn't a requirement. Because if it was, then why would you plant the seed that for sure it will never grow, ever? It's about the effort. It's about what you're doing. Allah Ta'ala is not going to ask you for how perfectly you did it and what ended up happening, but just the effort, what we're trying to do. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala knows every one of our intentions. There's a beautiful story in Surah Alnisaa, but basically the Muslims that were being persecuted in Mecca at the time were now ordered to do the hijrah, to migrate to Medina, because they were being persecuted, and now they finally had this opening to go to Medina, this chance to go and practice their religion freely. And Surah ayah number 97 in Surah Alnisaa talks about it. And it says, it's beautiful, it says, قَالُوا كُنَّا مُسْتَضْعَفِينَ فِي الْأَرْضِ. The people, Allah's talking to these people who didn't do the hijrah, and He's like, why didn't you do this? And you have, transgressed over yourselves, ظَالِمِي أَنفُسِهِمْ. You wronged yourself, you oppressed yourself by keeping yourself in that situation. And their reply is, قَالُوا كُنَّا مُسْتَضْعَفِينَ فِي الْأَرْضِ. We're oppressed. So what does Allah reply? He says, أَلَمْ تَكُنْ أَرْضُ اللَّهِ وَاسِعَةً فَتُهَاجِرُوا فِيهَا. Isn't the land great so you can migrate? The land that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created is vast, and He is telling you, you could have migrated. Don't oppress yourself. And that's a lesson for all of us, that when we're in the face of oppression, Allah doesn't require us and tell us stay there. He is telling us migrate, make those changes that you need to do, right? This is what these Muslims were asked to do, to migrate. And then the only exception in the next ayah that says, except those who are weak, are too weak to travel, from the men and women and the children, then that's okay. You can stay there until you are able to leave. So this one man who heard this verse, he was an older gentleman, and he said, I don't fall in those categories, so I need to make the hijrah, even though he's a very old man. So he had his family help him, migrate. And in the middle of his migration, it's an exhausting trip, he actually passed away in the middle of this trip that he was making to Medina to escape the persecution. And right before he passed away, he made this dua, this supplication, saying, Ya Allah, I did this for you and for your Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So then when all the companions got to, the people who were with him got to Medina, some of the companions were like, oh man, only if this man had reached Medina, he would have gotten the ajr, the reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Only if he had just made it to Medina. Only if he had completed the hijrah completely. But no, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then reveals this verse, and it shows us how Allah is more merciful on His servants than we could ever be. And He says, وَمَنْ يَخْرُجْ مِنْ بَيْتِهِ مُهَاجِرًا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ ثُمَّ يُدْرِكْهُ الْمَوْتِ فَقَدْ وَقَعَ أَجْرُهُ عَلَى اللَّهِ. That whoever travels and migrates for the sake of Allah and for the sake of the Prophet, and then death comes upon him, then he has gotten his reward from Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to prevent him from that reward. This is who Allah is, and these people would say, oh well, only if he had reached Medina. No, Allah didn't ask him to get to the destination. He asked him to put the effort, and this man, Allah saw his intention, Allah knew him. So Allah knows our intentions and Allah knows our efforts. So I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helps us at least put in the effort we need to do, and that we keep striving and we keep migrating towards Him, inshallah.